Ugh, whenever I yawn, I feel like I'm breathing fire like a dragon. It's like, time to burn, you guys. Oh, hello everyone. Sorry, I didn't realize you were there. Hello. I'm trying my best to get up from my bed because I really want to play Fortnite. Well, I was playing early hours in the morning before, but then I got too sleepy, got off, and then went to bed. And I realized that I fell asleep for a few hours. Ugh, I'm still tired. To be honest, I thought my eyes were gonna be like bloodshot red. Because I'm still tired. I was on Fortnite like earlier, but I wanted to go to sleep. And I'm still yawning. I feel like I need a Coke or any drink to just wake me up. Because when I have the first sip of energy drink, my eyes will go like that to that. It'll like instantly wake up. It'll go from sleepy to boom, awake. Like a Terminator looking for Sarah Connor. If anyone's seen Terminator and they get that reference, then well done, Arnold movie. If you haven't, where are you, man? You haven't seen any good movies, haven't you? I mean, I've recommended a lot of movies to my friends or family. Hello. And the one thing that annoys me the most is whenever I recommend movies to my friends or family, they either say they're gonna watch it and then they don't, or they just say, eh. Like, for example, I recommended the Star Wars movies to one of my grandfathers because like he loves sci-fi movies, and then he was like, "Is it who's in it?" And I was like, "Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher," and he was like, "Eh," and I was like, "The fuck is it?" And he was like, maybe I'll watch it, maybe I won't." That's how he sounded. Hello, Co. To be honest, I do love one of my grandfathers, but the most annoying thing I've ever hated from him is he always complains when we're at a restaurant. Like, for example, there were sandwiches on the menu, and he asked like if he could have a sandwich, which it had shit on it, but he said, could he just remove the chicken? And the person said, but you do realize that there won't be any chicken on the sandwich, it'll just be lettuce. And he said, yeah, I don't mind that. And he said, Grandpa, and he said, what? And I said, who the fuck removes chicken from a sandwich and just wants the lettuce? You're just gonna have a lettuce sandwich. And he said, what's wrong with that? And I said, who the hell would want to order a lettuce sandwich in a restaurant? And he said, me. And I said, oh my gosh. And one of my like cousins, well, he's sort of like my uncle, aka one of his sons, was like, no wonder why he wants to be depressed all the time. And I said, who the fuck orders lettuce sandwiches? And he said, someone that's not happy all the time. That's what he said. I said to him, who the hell orders lettuce sandwiches at restaurants? And he said, someone that's not happy. I mean, I find it a bit weird how you would have to go to a restaurant, you order a chicken sandwich, hi Obi, hey baby. I find it weird you would go to a restaurant, you order a chicken, sorry, Jesus, I mumbled. I find it weird you go to a restaurant, order a chicken sandwich, but then you say at the end, oh wait, can I remove the chicken? Like, bro, you're just gonna have lettuce in the sandwich, so it's just gonna be a lettuce sandwich. That is why I never like going out to restaurants with my grandfather, because he'll either A, try to change the order, but it'll make it a bit weird, or he'll complain about, like, the food. And I remember sometimes when he complains, he would either A, get us kicked out, or B, almost get us kicked out. And that's what would make me crash the hell out of him. Like, meaning I get so pissed off I can't keep it bottled up. Although sometimes he tells me that I should, like, stop whining. I'm like, oh, really? You want me to stop whining when you guys kicked out of a restaurant? I mean, I do love him, like I said, but then again, it annoys the hell out of me when he complains about food or he wants to change up the order. Like, oh god, how am I gonna say this? So, there was dessert, right? There's dessert on there, and you can have like cream with like whipped cream on it, if that makes sense. He asked if he could have a burger. I think it was like a cheeseburger or something. And he said, do you guys have maple syrup or whipped cream? Or maybe sprinkles? They said, yeah, we both of those. And he said, and quote, okay, could I have the burger, the cheeseburger, but could you pour sprinkles, whipped cream, and maple syrup on it? Was he trying to give himself a heart attack? Or trying to get people to stare at us? I got you, if you guys saw the waiter's face, he just looked at my grandfather like, are you serious? You are Indian. Bro, as you can see, I'm white. I'm not Indian. I'm white. Wow, bro. Mm-hmm. I'm, I cannot see that I'm white. I'm not Indian. It's my family members talking. I do find it funny though how like the waiter just like looked at both him and us like, is your grandpa serious? We just looked at him like, dude, just don't answer. I ordered a hot chocolate and the one thing I hated was that I had to ask for more marshmallows because my grandfather grabbed his spoon and he just kept picking out all the marshmallows. Because last I heard, that was my drink, and I don't like people picking the marshmallows out of my drink. If there's marshmallows in my drink, let me have it. Because I love milkshakes. I mean, not milkshakes, what the fuck? I do love milkshakes, but I love marshmallows. It's always a tongue twister whenever I'm like very like tired. I always like mumble a lot, which is one thing I hate the most. I mumble, and I don't mean to mumble. Alright, time to turn my PlayStation on and play some Fortnite. If I could get up, that is. Oh shit, my remote and controller's right there. Oh, now I have to stretch and I'm probably gonna get muscle pain due to this. Okay. I'm just fixing up my desk. I feel like sometimes I have OCD because you guys don't know what OCD is, they like rearrange stuff. That's what I feel like I have because whenever I see like my stuff is like arranged differently, it takes me a while to like rearrange it back to how it was arranged. And sometimes my mother says, "What does it matter how it's arranged?" I'm like, "Shh, I'm allowed to arrange it. I want it to be arranged." This sort of feels like I have OCD. If you guys don't know what OCD is, search it up on Google. Yeah, Google. It'll be for me to explain it. You send me a voice message. Actually, no way. I don't think it will be a good idea if I listen to the voice message. Like, before someone says, like, why don't you want to listen to the voice message? Mostly, when I'm in group chats, voice messages would be someone screaming, like shouting at the top of their lungs while putting the microphone close to their mouth. or they would be basically saying like offensive language. Like before someone says, "But didn't you say the F word and the S word?" No, I mean that sometimes they will use like very what's the word? Very explicit profanity, like the R word. You can't call people with disabilities like me since I have autism and anxiety. Or they would basically like say like rude stuff that you can't say. So that's basically what would happen. That's why I don't really like listening to voice messages whenever I'm live, because I don't know what someone's gonna say. Because either they'll call someone the R word, which is disrespectful to people with disabilities like me, or they'll just say like a joke that's too far, like that's a bit rude to people. Like they'll joke about death or mental health. That's sort of like dark humor, like dark comedy would do. Or they would just like put the microphone close to their mouth and they would go like they'd blow into the microphone, or they'd talk very loud. And I'm always thinking like, are your parents like out somewhere, like you're home alone or what? Because how are they like yelling at you for like, just yelling at the top of your lungs? Because one time I was playing Fortnite with Joe before he moved into a RV. We were in this group chat and we didn't know how we got added. We listened to this voice message and this guy screamed at the top of his lungs and I was like, ah, my fucking ears. And he was like, ah, bro. And I said, oh, I feel like I was getting yelled at by a troll on the bridge. Like he was asking us questions. He's like, wrong, you're wrong. It's what made both him and me laugh. I was like, fuck, who was screaming at us? The troll from a bridge? Or was it like, I don't know, was it possibly Isaac Newton yelling at us after apples accidentally fell on his head? But anyways, I'm gonna go. See you guys later. Bye bye.